Hey guys, doing something a little different here. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. I'll tell you what's going on here. Ah, hi everybody. So here's what we're doing. We're gonna. I've got a lot of stuff that needs to get done, and I also needed to do another Stratathon fundraiser. So what I thought I'd do is put the two together and just do a bring an audience to work day thing. So we got a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing. We're going to go till about 9 o'clock tonight. It's a Thursday, so that'd be when the Stratosphere Lounge normally ends, so we won't miss any of our Stratosphere Lounge friends. But I thought maybe we'd be able to stream for hours and maybe reach some people we don't normally reach on the evening shows on the Stratosphere Lounge. So among other things that we'll be doing is we've got to do a Facebook post for this. I've got to do a special right angle. I'm going to work on the truth bombs thing. I'd like to get that finished. So we'll be doing some of the AI video and stuff. I've got some editing and special effects to do. I'm hoping that sometime later on today we can set up a Zoom call so people can call in, and also we've got some story mechanics to show. But the main reason we're talking right now is because we are in. I don't. Last time I asked for like emergency help was 2020, and I'll be saying this a lot during the course of the next 9 hours. If we were in a situation where the wing had come off and we were heading into the ocean, I wouldn't ask for any help and stuff. Thank you for the super chats, Sad Wings. The PayPal link is up above. So here's the situation. We've got all these things on fire, ready to go, but we are like really in like desperate trouble for the next until the first of the month, and so I'm going to do a video about that, and you'll get to watch that. I'm going to be doing a lot of things that are the stuff that goes on behind the scenes here on a daily basis, and so I thought I might as well do it on the air and leave that donation thing up. We are really appreciate just a one-time PayPal donation. We're working on the membership thing. We've got the site moved back, and here we are. So I am going to. Marusha says we had no idea we were doing this. I didn't have any idea we were doing this until yesterday either, and that's how serious things have gotten. So we're getting the engines relit, and we got great content coming up, and I thought what I'd do is just show you some of the stuff that we're working on. There's a bunch of other stuff that I have to get done today, but I thought, what the heck, might as well just hang out the sign and see if we could get some of the help that we need, because we are in dire straits, and we will be probably until September. I know I'm springing it on our regular Stratosphere Lounge folks. I didn't put any warning about this up. I was thinking about doing it tonight, but honestly, this is the kind of cash flow problem we're in. So what the heck was I just going to chase here? Oh, I remember. Okay. So here's the things that we have to get done today. First thing I have to do is I have to put up a Facebook post mentioning this STRATOTHON II, because it's coming clear out of the blue. I'm going to do a custom right angle talking about our situation, where we are and where we need to be, and so on. So I'll be recording that, and you get to watch that. One of the things that will be most fun later on shortly will be I've got to finish the Truth Bombs promo, and that means doing new scenes in the beginning and the end, so you get to see. We're not doing any questions from Facebook tonight, Marisha. We're just doing it live. I may get to the forum at 6, but until today, right now we're just going for PayPal donations. Let me see if I can modify that. Hang on a second. So, hang on. Let me just do another post here, and I'll pin that. Sorry to keep you waiting. And we'll be talking to the chat and all sorts of other things too. I know I can't keep going back to this well forever, but I just don't have any choice right now. Oops, come on. Can I edit that? Guess not. Almost there, hang on. No, it didn't work. Hold on a second. It's going to be a lot of this kind of thing. But I thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to do and a good way to get some work done, so we'll see. Let's try that. What I am, yeah, that'll work for the time being anyway. So this specifically applies to non-members. You know, our members have been just unbelievable and have been forever. And you know, dealing with bill time and all of the excitement and all of the the jazz. That it's not malicious. It's just incompetent. But the stuff that we've actually got on the table is really great, and we're just pretty much out of money. I've got some editing jobs that pay at the first of the month, but I don't know how we're going to get from there to here. So what I thought we would do is just put a fishing line out there and see what we can get. Okay, so I've got a list of things to do, and the first thing I have to do is a Facebook post to let everybody know about this. So I think what I'll do is thank you so much, Estrella. I think the first thing I'm going to do is do some screen capture. And last time we did this, we had we had a complete meltdown with. Let me just shrink this text comment box down so I can keep reading these things. Yeah, that works. Lots of codpiece conversations going on the show. That's a healthy sign. So I'm going to do a see. All right. A screen share thing. So first thing I want to do is write the Facebook post, and then I'm going to have to do a graphic for it. So let's see if we can do some screen sharing here. I think I'm set up to be able to record. So hang on a second. Okay, so there's my desktop, and looks like you've got my audio. So it's feeding back, and I know why. It's feeding back because I need to mute this sound. I think that should do it. Hi, John. Hi, everybody. Here's Eric again. So we're going to be here till about 9 o'clock at night, and we're going to be here until exactly 9 o'clock at night. And I'll keep my eye on the comment section, make sure we don't do any, shattering of the space-time continuum. So what I thought we'd do is get a 6-hour running start on the normal Stratosphere Lounge, and maybe talk to some people who we don't normally get to talk to at nighttime. So first things first, let's go ahead and write up something for Facebook. So got a lot of stuff going on. I finished the first of the Mike Rowe shows. It's really, really good. I mean, it's really, really good. The I used a lot of AI video in that show, and saved them a lot of money from stock footage, because unlike the stuff like the Truth Bomb stuff or the Colony stuff, the stuff for Mike Rowe, I just used AI to basically replace stock footage. And I probably don't need this How LA Dies thing anymore. All right, so I'm gonna write some copy real quick for the YouTube page. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Live. It's STRATOTHON II, take your audience. What did I name it though? Did I name the actual YouTube feed? What did I call it? Take an audience to Workday. So I'm hoping to get some people to make a donation through Facebook rather than tuning in. So let me see here. Let's try this. Hopefully, I know I run a really high resolution screen, so I know a lot of you might be having problems with it. Let's see what we can do though. Here's the straight skinny. If the things are torn off and we were heading into the ocean, I just fold the deck and take it like a man. I'd like some feedback on this before I do it. So just fold the deck and take it like a man. But we have seven story mechanics episodes in the can. A new re-skinning for firewall and afterburner. And getting the website membership plugin. Has been simply and right now. The engines are relit, and we just, this is way too long. Just way too long. Let's just try this. Until mid-September. If you can tune in, you'll get to see the stuff we have in the can. If not, a one-time donation. One-time donation will be deeply, deeply appreciated. So I'll do this, and then I'll put the link to the live show here. So hang on one second, I'll get that done. Come on. Nope. Don't want that. What do you think? Don't forget about the hashtag pay the bill. It's great. At Peace says he's joining you from my garage. FML replacing variable valve timing solenoids. I'm with you, brother. Gets a point when you get to be so much, you know, your knuckles are so scraped up, and that damn part won't fit. And I'm with you. All right, let's try this. So, copy that. We'll head over to our Facebook page. I get the link. Yep, that's got it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this now on Facebook, and I'm going to make a special thumbnail for it. So we'll get to watch that too. So this is just a kind of a typical day at work for me, and we'll be talking to the chat stream and all the rest of it. But right now, let's just go ahead and do this. Just checking the copy one more time. Yeah, it looks good. I'm going to want to replace that picture, which you know what? I'm going to replace the picture before I post this. So here we go into, I need to get the stratosphere stuff. Nope. Nope. Where are my where's my nope. Gotta find where, I just don't know where that background is. It should be there. Nope. Nope. I just like to get the stratosphere background on there, you know? Yeah, there we go. But of course, I didn't save that as a, what do I want to do here? I cannot believe we didn't. All right. I'm going to just have to make one then. I know I have a Photoshop file here somewhere, but I don't see it. Exciting, huh? Oh, here we go. No, that's Stratosphere Studio. Well, I'm just going to have to take one of these, I guess. It's going to have to do. Well, Marissa says it'd be a good thing to do before going live so people aren't watching the paint dry, but the fact of the matter is that's exactly what this Stratus thing is about, is watching the paint dry. This is just a typical day at work, and I've got people watching because I'm just in this deep emergency, and there's nothing I can do about it. So there's nothing else I can do about it except, you know, tuck up into a ball someplace. The stress got so bad a couple days ago. There's a syndrome or something. I woke up on Tuesday. I had no voice, and I felt like I'd been punched in the face. My jaw was, couldn't almost open my jaw. My lips were like completely swollen up, and did some checking and found out that it's some kind of syndrome where you're clenching your mouth all night, for like 8 hours. And I thought, well, great. So again, it's funny how necessity is the mother of invention. By now, if you're a regular, you know how much I just viscerally am uncomfortable with, for asking for help. But really, it's amazing what not having any choice will do for you. Let me find a color I like a little better. So yeah, it's going to be. It's not a prepared show. It's just plain uh, doing the work I was gonna. Well, that's not what I want. Doing the work I was gonna have to do anyway. And yeah, let's try that. Good enough. Actually, let's do this. So anyway, the reason that this watching the paint dry thing is here is because so much of what I do is paint dry stuff. And one of the things that'd be nice about finally getting this membership plugin, the guy's working on it now. I'm talking with the developer right now. But it'd be nice if I didn't have to, spend this time every day doing these kind of things. But there you go. For people who are, a little more, you know, people who run a business, and I'm not saying I run a business. I'm just saying I, play a guy who runs a business on TV on the internet. But what most people will tell you is, you get in the situation where you get into like a cash bucket, and when you're in the cash bucket, you don't really have the resources to dig yourself out of the cash bucket. And I could either fold up and cry about that, which I am very tempted to do, or I can just, soldier on and do things like this fundraiser to get the money to get us through this. So first things first. So I need to go to. I don't have the same font I used to use for the Stratosphere Lounge, but I do have a good one, which is let's see, I think it's Broadsword. That's strange. Why did it do that? This is, there you go. Oh, that's why. Where'd it go? Okay, so we'll move this. Oops. And we'll make this, I think it's Broadsword, right? It'll get more interesting as time goes on. We're going to do some, yeah, and then we'll make the font color. There we go. We're going to do some AI video. Got some fun ideas about what to do for the opening of the Truth Bomb thing. So we'll get to that shortly. So it'll pick up. Let's just go and make this. STRATOTHON II. Make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we'll add a little white stroke around the outside, like the Stratosphere Lounge does. Come on. Come on. Here we go. So let's add a little white outline there that should help it. That's black. too thick. Yeah, we'll make this a little bigger. And then we'll add something that's a little easier to read, I reckon. So let's just go with Helvetica or something. Oh, come on. Helvetica's our friends always, yeah. And we'll make this white. So how's everybody else doing out there? I hope everybody's doing well. I am doing as well as can be expected. This is Photoshop, Donnie Girl. We'll make this considerably smaller, so if we put this on one line. And I'll put an exclamation point on there because I think the exclamation point will probably drive another few 100,000 people. Live until 9 p.m. Pacific. Get this into place. This doesn't have to be a masterpiece or anything. You can just see that things that just seem like they're very simple, they take a long time. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Done. So save that. Hide Photoshop. STRATOTHON II into Facebook. Oh, I called it Stratocon, you moron. It's Stratothon. I want to do the Stratocon so bad. And that's too closely bunched together, so I got to change that a little bit too. And widen that out a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I can live with that. Okay, let's try again. Hey, Fiery, can we discuss American exceptionalism? We sure can. I need to put something on that pinned comment because I deeply appreciate the super chats, but I won't get the super chats until until September 21st. Thank you very much. I don't want to sound, ungrateful, but I need to let me get that done as soon as I get this done. So, hide this. Try it again. Yeah, I see. Yeah, another problem I have, and this is a real problem, is just this kind of rampant perfectionism. I just want this stroke to be one wider. That's just nuts. Okay. replace, done, hide. Now the next stuff will be a lot more fun. Okay, live at STRATOTHON II, take an audience workday. That's here, the link to YouTube. And there's the link for the donates. That should be good. Next. Post. Eric wants to underline STRATOTHON II, but I can't. I'm not gonna waste any more time on this. I just need to get that up there. Okay, so things to do. I have to send an email real quick. Let's come back to the camera for that. It's not a terribly personal email, but it is a little business email. So let's just do this for just a second. Hi, we're back. Let me just get this done. I've just got to get. I just finished, as I mentioned, the show that the first of the shows that I edited for Micro. One of the reasons that we're in the trouble we're in with this cash flow thing, and I'm going to do you're going to watch me record a special one-person right angle in a few minutes. But one of the things that got us into trouble was the first cut I did for the Micro show. They asked me if I wanted to do some of this editing for them in April, towards the end of April, and I was jumping on it, man. I loved the show. I love Mike. I love, and I needed the extra money to make up for not having a Daily Wire gig this year. But we started that in early May, and I expected I'd have 2 of them done by the end of May. And because they had to change the name of the show, they didn't deliver the last elements until last week. So May, June, July, so 3.5 months late on that. So that's one of the many things. It's not their fault. It's just that I was kind of counting on it. And same situation with with other stuff. We have our developer checking on the membership thing. We moved the site back to a more WordPress friendly site. We got somebody signed up not long ago. It seemed to be working. I did a test before we went, and it failed. So there you go. All right, so let's see what's. I got to get this email off real quick here. Okay, so I did that sign up, and then just want to see if it got to Rick Hurley. Nope, didn't even get there. Somebody got there and signed up, and it worked fine. So there are times when you just don't, you just don't know what to do. And this is one of those times. I'm thinking I'm just going to find a local developer and kidnap him and lock him in a basement until we get this thing done. But it's one of these things that has just been endless, man. It just never ends. It's just like, it makes me feel exactly like Han Solo. It's like, it's not my fault. It's like, well, it's your ship, dude. So it kind of is your fault. But I've been working on this for 6 months now with 3 different developers, and it's always like just right about there. And I want that membership thing up by the end of I want it up in an hour or 2, because we need to get members going. Okay, so let's see what's next on the list. I got to do that email real quick. Hang on one second. Great. Looks good. This won't just take a second. And we're going to do some work on the thing for the National Defense University a little later today too. So you get to see some After Effects stuff. One more file. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Documents. Exciting stuff, isn't it? I'll go back to this screening thing in just a second here. Make sure this is the right thing. Yep. Nope. I don't want to send a pages file. I want to send that as a PDF. Let's see what we got here. I need to. GSR says you need to visit Japan and witness firsthand the pleasures of a monoculture, children raised and educated properly, polite people, society efficient. GSR, of all the places in the world I'd like to visit, I think Japan is top on my list. Japan and the Czech Republic and Poland, and I would just love it. I absolutely would love it. I have so much respect and admiration for the Japanese people and their culture. It really is unbelievable. Did I do one of these as a PDF? Hang on a second. I bet I did. Apparently not. I'm going to save this out as a PDF. Export to PDF. Have to look around the camera here. Save. Export. That way there's no problems. There it is. Bam. Great. Groovy. Done. Okay, let's go back to I think Samuel Hendricks says, I heard you use a continuous glucose monitor. If so, how's it going for you? I actually used a watch that Donnie girl, thank you so much. That's extremely kind of you. I actually used a watch that is decent at measuring your blood glucose, and I wore it for a while. It kind of irritated the skin a little bit. I'm going to put it back on and check it. I haven't checked it in about a month, but I was checking it many times a day for a month. So, you know, it was higher than it should be, but it was pre-diabetic. So I've had kind of high blood sugar for a while here, and that's not territory I really want to get into. Okay, so the email is done. Let me just check that off because we had a bunch of things to do today. Thank you, Tracy. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna have to change that. I have to change that comment because the last thing I want to do is sound ungrateful. You know. Let me just see what we got here. Let me pin that. Hang on a second. Yes, another Stratathon, Chris. I'm doing everything I can. I've got nothing else I can do. I'm just doing what I can do. The super chats I'm very grateful for, but right now they don't help me because that won't show up for another month. So let me make that just a little bit clearer here. Again, the last thing I want to do is sound ungrateful. I'm deeply grateful. But let me just make a. Um, I'll put the link first here. Come on. Do it this way. Hang on one second. Sorry. Let's try that. Eric Lang again. Eric Blake again. Hey Bill, last weekend's episode of your Nemesis Clavin show really made me miss PJTV's old Clavin Whittle. He gave the new Superman a positive review. I'd love to see you two argue about it. Yeah, that would have been an interesting discussion. Let me. Okay, so then when all these little faces go away, I'm going to pin this one. There we go. Thank you again. And again, the last thing I want to do is sound ungrateful for somebody's generosity. It's extremely kind, and I deeply appreciate it. It's hard for me to do this. It's very hard. But, you know, I think, you know, am I on camera? Let me go back to, yeah, I'm on camera. Let's, you know, let's just talk about this for a minute. One of the things that that this experience has been doing for us, been doing two or three things for me. First of all, it's been really wrapping my knuckles on keeping track of you know, of every dime. It's not like I was profligate. I can never get that word right. Last thing I bought for myself was the flight sim. You know, my little sim pit thing, which was about $800, and that was, I want to say, a year or two ago. Thank you very much, Donnie Girl. I really appreciate it. The donate button is working. We're working on the membership thing. So one of the things is you know, just getting that beaten into my head. The other thing is that has to get beaten into my head is this attitude that I grew up with, which is you know, that just like asking for help is just, you know, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Unseemly. I caught myself talking to my wife last night. I said, "Honey, we're really in we're in real trouble here. We're in a big cash flow situation. We got to get through the next 2-3 weeks, or I'm going to have to sell the bitchin' Camaro, which I really would rather not do." And you know, I've got $15,000 billable money that's not going to get here until the beginning of the month. So good seeing you, Eric. I'll see you a little later on tonight, I hope. It was not announced as just kind of an emergency thing progress, so it's just kind of catch as catch fan. You're just gonna, you know, just gonna work, and you get to watch me work. We're gonna be doing some fun things in a minute. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. And I said to her, I said, so it looks like tomorrow I'm going to have to, just get on live and beg for help again. And I caught myself. Um, every now and then I do that. I catch myself by the back of the neck, by the collar, just kind of like, easy. And I said, no, I'm not going to beg for help. I'm going to ask for help. But that's how it feels to me. It feels like begging. And I look at other people and other channels, and that's all they do is self promotion. Mark Dice never ends a show without talking about his new T-shirts or talking about this or that. And Daily Wire has all these ads for Daily Wire, plus they have all these commercials coming in. Everybody is fine with doing it, and I have got this problem. It's my problem. It's like I just feel so ashamed, embarrassed for like having to go out and ask for money. But this most specifically, and I can't make this clear enough, you're going to see me record a kind of a right angle on this without Stephen Scott. But this specifically does not apply to our members who have been incredible. We generally get around 8,000 views on a right angle, and we have fewer than 2,000 members. So we've done 5,000 right angles, and there are a number of people out there who who've watched them, and have gotten something out of them because they've watched them 3 times a week for 15 years now, no longer than that, 17 since starting at PJTV. Those are the people that this is kind of for. If you're a person who's been watching the right angles, and we're going to record one and release it like a right angle, and you've been watching them, and the members have been paying for them, any one-time donation now would be the time, because we're really on the rocks until we can get through probably this second week in September, and then presumably all the rest of this stuff kicks in. Let me see what he's still working on it. Okay, so let's see, what do we want to do next? Get that W9 done, get that done, get the Facebook post done. I'm going to record a right angle in a minute, but I think I'll just let that go for a while. So we can work on the truth bombs thing. You've probably seen it by now. If you haven't, I'll play a fragment for you here. I've got to add a beginning. Oh my God, John Condon, circa 2008. That's when we started at PJTV. You were here present at the inception. Let me show it, because I know a lot of regular Stratosphere Lounge people have seen a lot of it, but some people who are watching haven't. So I'm gonna play the truth bomb fragment, and then we've got to put a front and a back on it, and at the very least we'll put the front on it, and you'll get to see how the AI video works, and it's really going to be kind of fun. So we'll take a look at that. So yeah, Marusha says asking for help feels different when you're offering something like in a trade like merch. That's why it feels icky. But the product is, the content, the commentary, and you're absolutely right. If I was selling something, then I would do it. So anyway, let's talk about what we're going to do next, because it's time to start doing some fun stuff. So first, let me show you what we've got for the Truth Bombs promo. I know a lot of you have seen this many times, but some of you haven't. So let me show you what we got for this new episode. By the way, I'll put this out here a couple times during the course of the day. I had just a strange thought. I'm going to call this thing, I want to call this it's a new Firewall Afterburner long format series. And I was thinking about calling it Truth Bombs. And somebody made, it's funny how one comment will stick with you. And somebody said, yeah, it's a typical boomer name. And I thought, and I thought, what if lovely to get some comments, some feedback on this. But part of me said, what if I just called it Based? That's the lingua. Hello, fellow youths. But you know, I don't know. I thought that may feel a little more edgy. I love the term. Based bombs is trying too hard, but just based. For those of you not up on the current lingo, based is something that's trustworthy, and sus is something that's not. Oh, it was that Peace who said it was the one who called it boomer. Well, what do you think, Peace? You think based sounds badass? I kind of think it does too, man. Hey, Gerald, how are you? Well, what you're about to see is going to say truth bomb. Hey, Chris, everybody's checking in. We're doing a Stratathon II, taking audience to work day. I've just got a lot of work that needs to be done, and we are in a cash flow emergency. So we're once again going back to that well and asking for people to make a one-time PayPal donation. Not specifically, not our members who've been just absolutely fantastic. Wargamer Girl says, I think using a different language that you use may not work well for you, may work for others, probably won't work for you unless it's your normal language. That's certainly a great point. You know, like I said, you know, hello, fellow youths. But at the same time, the whole vibe is much, much different than Afterburner and Firewall. Afterburner and Firewall were me up there in front of a green screen just basically talking. And these are going to be much more lighthearted, much faster. It's going to be completely AI video. So anyway, I'm going to run the promo. It says truth bombs, but I can easily change that to based. And I don't know. I kind of got a good feeling about it. I'll be testing that theory throughout the course of the next couple of days. So first of all, let me show you what we got. Figure out where I'll put it first. I'm just gonna make a new one. So here we go. Let's go and share the screen again. Okay. So in order to do this, we're going to go to Premiere Pro. Check, check. Yep, you still got me. Okay. And I'll just do a new output. It won't take long. And I want to make sure I got the latest version. So let's open up Premiere Pro. And then I'll tell you about what we're going to record, because I need a new beginning to this. What I originally did this for was, what it was trying to do was trying to time it to match the August 6th dropping of the atomic bomb and tie it in with the very first serious Afterburner I did. And I just missed that window. I was just too busy and just couldn't get to it. So I have to write a new opening for it. Where'd it go? Truth bomb. So it starts off with me saying, and hopefully you should be able to hear this. Let me just check the output, because I don't want anybody to freak out. This is our streaming software, audio input capture, and the Mac OS screen capture should play. Hopefully it won't be too loud. Let me just see. Yeah, good. I can't hear that, but hopefully you can. And what I need to do is take out the hey, I'm back. So we'll come in here and we'll go out there. I'll save this, and now let's export it. Truth bombs, and we'll call this give it today's date, so we know 08 21 25, and this will render real fast, I think. Yeah, look at that. Who is it? That's come on. Fiery Waco says I've never debased a turkey, as far as I know. I'm liking based, man. I'll test it with everybody else before we're done. But I don't know, man. It's got a kind of a cooler sound to it. All right, let's hide this, and then we'll come back to. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play it, and I'll drop it into this thing, and we'll see what we get here. I'm going to put it here. Put it here. Nope. Did I put it on the desktop? Truth bombs. Here it is. Okay, ready? Here it comes. And with the new tools I now have at my fingertips, I think it's time for a third rebranding of the Afterburner Firewall series of videos. I want to call them Truth Bombs. We'll take a series of topics, virtually all of them controversial, and then we'll state the claims fairly and examine and weigh the evidence on both sides, and then see if we can come up with either a definite conclusion if the evidence is good enough, and if it's not, then at least the most likely case answer. And we're not ever going to use the term conspiracy theory either. That's just got way too much baggage. We'll call each case a speculative hypothesis. Now, some of these speculative hypotheses don't on the surface appear to be true, but some of them don't appear to be false either. That's why we're going to break it down the way we did with the atom bombs. Now, some of those hypotheses are in no particular order. I just love that. I just love it. Okay, so here's the strategy game. We're going to at least put an opening on that. Maybe before the end of the day, we'll put a tail on it too. I do have a script for this, and so I thought, all right. So what do I want to do to replace the opening? The opening was originally me at White Sands. Okay, and that's out. So so here's what I was thinking I would do. Like I said, I want to keep this really lighthearted and really fun and kind of cool. A long time ago, when I started, it might have been actually during the eject days. When I first met Jeremy Boring in 2008. I would we got to be friends real early, and he got to help me with some of these things and so on, and I used to get really upset about negative comments. I never ever get upset when people have an argument with me. That never bothers me at all. I like that, and sometimes I'll change my mind. But these comments that people would put words in your mouth, or when somebody would come into a comment section and they would just troll the comment section. So now the entire comment section isn't about the video anymore. It's about this guy, and it really used to bother me a lot. And Jeremy said something to me that I really loved. It really helped me get over it. he said, Bill, Zeus does not come down from Mount Olympus to argue with shepherds about the weather. And I thought, perfect, appeals directly to my ego, and since then I haven't worried a damn thing about what people said, and it always stuck with me. I always loved that comment. So what I thought I'd do, we're talking about the opening for the Truth Bomb promo now. So here's what I was thinking just before I went to sleep last night. And you're going to be here and watch me build it. So what I thought we would do for the Truth Bomb promo is we would open with a real stylized image of a mountain, okay, at the base of the mountain. And we'll just slowly fly up this mountain. And I want this to look very stylized. I want it to look like mythical. And as we fly up the mountain, it'll say Mount Olympus on it. Okay, so that'd be the first shot. Is flying up this mountain. As we get to the top of the mountain, there'll be a second shot, and there'll be a like a Greek marble stool. And sitting on the stool will be me, but it'll be me as Zeus. I have a beard, tunic, all of this. I will replace the voice with a deep voice. And then once it's recorded, I'm going to slow it down by about 10% so that all of the speaking will sound like this. I'm going to put this monster reverb on it, right? So I'm going to be Zeus on the top of this mountaintop. And I've got to write the script, which we'll do in a minute. But basically what it's going to say is, I might start out by having Zeus say something like, hey, how's it going? And then it's going to say, many of you remember me from the days of Afterburner, lightning effect, and Firewall, lightning effect. And I have for a long time remained up here on the mountain, something, et cetera, et cetera. But now I look and behold the cosmic clock. Hey, Dave, I just had to ad-lib this thing, so we're just going to work. But behold the cosmic clock, much time has elapsed. And so I have decided to return to Earth with a new series. And I'll do 2 takes, called Based or Truth Bombs. Probably, I'll record both of them. And then down below, you're going to hear these little voices saying, racist, Nazi, homophobe, all this other stuff. And I'm going to silence, and I'm going to throw some lightning bolts down as Zeus. Flood them all. Maybe just have, the whole village just get completely flooded. Where was I? Ah, yes. Truth bombs. And then I'm going to cut to, and the final thing Zeus will say is, because something has changed. Something has changed. It's easier for me to write than to ad-lib it. And what has changed is, and then you're going to cut to me with the astronaut. We've got these new tools, and that'll lead right into the thing that you just saw. The astronaut thing will go into the to the noir thing. Then it'll do the various things, and I have to close it. So I made this super big so that I could read it like a teleprompter. But let me share the, I'll share the screen again. So we're going to work on the script now. Screen capture. Make it nice and big so everybody can see it. So here's the original opening of me standing at Alamogordo, which I just wasn't able to get done. So that's goodbye. Here's the astronaut stuff. I cut the and I'm back. And now I have to take a moment to, hang on, Senator Hendricks says, suggestion, let me be one of the guys to shout at you. Authentic voices with crappy mics is how the comment section should sound on video. Tempting. Very tempting. Um, hmm. I was going to do AI voices. I'm trying to figure out how I'd get that recorded. I like the idea very much. So now the only problem here is that when I'm writing, sometimes I just have to be quiet and kind of concentrate a little bit. So hopefully this text is big enough for you to read. So let's see how we're going to do this here. Come on. How about this? Can you read this? Let me make it so that you can read it. And I'll make it even bigger. Hopefully you can read that. What's that Star Trek term? What's that? Yeah. I love putting Easter eggs in. Um, yeah, the shepherds need little chipmunk voices. That's a great idea. Um, let me. What was that term? The Star Trek episode called "And the Children Shall Lead Them." It's the one with the. Sorry, let me go back to the captured screen here. So that Star Trek episode where the children shall lead them, and um, and they talk about the time the grumps. Was it in? What did they call it? The before time? Hang on a second. See if I can find it. It was a very strange term, and it'd be really perfect, ironic term here. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Let's go back to the screen capture here. I know what I can do. I can listen on the headphones, and that way I don't have a feedback loop. What did they call it? In the before times or the. Let's see. Hang on. Get the headphones set up so that I don't have to get this feedback problem again. Can you hear that? This is another problem I have. I could spend all day looking for this. Was it the before time? Let's try this. Okay, we still on screen sharing here? Yep. Let's see. Picking up life forms. Here come the kids. Hail, hail, fire and snow, call the angel, we will go. That was a terrible episode. Um, because I think this was the episode that talked about the grumps. Yeah, see this? I just spend a lot of time doing this nonsense. Um, Come on. Yeah, this is the one where they fly the Enterprise. Sulu sees this tunnel of swords. Kirk, Spock, check out. Mary, tell me, here we go. Hang on a second. Well, it's a short script, actually. All right. I don't see it. It was the before time? That's good enough for me. Okay, so back to the script. In the before time, many years ago. I appeared unto you in I could play with this a little bit. Let's just try this. In the before time, many years ago, I appeared to you in forms that I thought you could understand. I don't want to be nasty. I'm just going to write a draft, and you can tell me what you think. Afterburner. Firewall. But lo, it was many years ago. Now behold the great cosmic clock. It is time I have lots of lightning and thunder sounds and so on. Oh, I appeared in forms familiar. That's clever, actually. Um, it's time that I should appear once more in a form familiar to you. Then we'll put in cat calls from below. And then it'll be racist, homophobe, all the rest of that stuff. Cat calls from below. That'll make me angry. Silence, you puny mortals. Throws thunderbolts. I want to keep this as short as possible. Yeah, there's a lot of Miri and a lot of, yeah, I understand. I'm good. Oops, just lost the YouTube feed. That comment still posted? Yes. I could say in the before times, in the times of the Grumps many years ago. Cap calls from below. Silence, you puny mortals. Throws the thunderbolts. Where was I? Was it Grups? Now we need some. We've got some serious researchers going on here. Might have been Grups. Throws thunderbolts. Oh yes. Where was I? Ah yes. A new. The time has come. Once again. For a new series of long format. What's the word I'm looking for when you reveal something long format? I don't want to say prophecies. Long format. Revelations. It is Grumps. It was Miri, right? Yeah, I guess I got Miri confused with And the Children Shall Lead. I thought Miri was a much better episode, mostly because you get a lot of Janice Rand. The time has come once again for a new series of long format revelations. Now, where does the other one pick up? I may have to rewrite the astronaut thing. I'm not super crazy happy about that. Let me see what this starts with. Okay, so I have to just get out of this thing now, get it over with. See, is it Hephaestus, I think? What I'm really looking for is Vulcan. We could try this. I'm going to submit this for behold, down in the depths of his infernal workshop, mighty Vulcan has, yes, this is probably getting too clever by half. Um, intricate mechanism for delivering unto you the truth. Okay. It's Grups. Thank you for the research. Okay. So I want to keep this as brief as possible, but I want to have fun with it. So what I had to do was I had to build a bridge that started out from scratch. I changed it to Grups, and was funny and kind of loose to set the tone for what's coming. And this thing had to end for new tools, because the next thing we cut to is the astronaut, and the astronaut says, with these new tools, we do it. So here's what I've got so far. We're going to do a shot where we go up the side of the mountain, and then I'll be there with the white beard and everything. And I will say, behold, it is I, the mighty Zeus. How's it going? No, I don't like that line. It's just a cheap shot. In the before times, in the time of the Grups many years ago, I appeared to you in forms that I thought you could understand. Afterburner, firewall, and I'll change the voice some. Let me just add a line here. And the earth shook. With power and majesty. Now, here we go. Behold, it is I, the mighty Zeus. In the before times, in the time of the Grups many years ago, I appeared unto you in forms that I thought you could understand. Afterburner, firewall, and the earth shook with their power and majesty. But lo, that was many years ago. Now, behold, the great cosmic clock. It is time that I should appear once before you. Time that I should appear before you once again. But lo, that was many years ago. Now behold the great cosmic clock. It is time that I should appear before you once again in a form familiar to you. You're a racist, Nazi, homophobe. Silence, you puny mortals! Throw some thunderbolts down. Where was I? Ah, yes. The time has come once again for a new series of long-format revelations. For behold, down in the depths of his infernal workshop, mighty Vulcan has... Yes, I know it's supposed to be Hephaestus. Shut up, Karen. Mighty Vulcan has brought forth from his forges a new tool, an intricate mechanism for delivering unto you the truth. One too many beholds? I don't know. You can't get enough beholds. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that's a start. So, we still on screen display? Yes. Okay. So, first thing we have to do is we have to get the stills, and then we're going to... Oh, okay. Well, John Condon likes having... How's it going? I'll put it back in. I can always cut it if I don't like it. Okay, I think this will work. I don't need to do any more than I need to do. So what we need is we need some shots. And I'm going to make a little shot list here. You might as well put it here. 1. Mount Olympus as seen from below. Wide shot of Zeus on Olympus. Close up of Zeus. That's what we need. Okay, that's what we need. So we're going to do all of this in Midjourney, which is what generates our stills. And then once we have the stills, we're going to animate them, and then I'm going to have to perform the dialogue, which I'll just do just to show you how amazing this is. I'll perform the dialogue right here on the webcam. I'll just do it right here. Hello, I'm the mighty Zeus, and it's going to capture all of my facial expressions. I'll back up. I'll throw the thunderbolts. It'll look at all of that. That's called a driver. It's a video driver. But the first thing we need to do is to get the shots. So let's go ahead into Midjourney and get those 3 shots we need. We need the wide shot of low shot of Mount Olympus, which has to look like mythical. That'll be easy. So here we go. You're going to love this. I just would love to have enough members and stuff to just do this all day. But let me just say this about that. Those of you who have been around a long time know that I have a. It's it's still on camera. I want to be on camera. Yes, it seems malicious. It's not. Eric Blake says I just get distracted easily by squirrels. I'm one of those guys that gets just all these ideas. I get so excited about them, and I want to do them all, and I'm not kidding about it. I talk about them, and I'm always this, and then they get delayed, and they get delayed, and people think I'm either just blowing smoke or whatever, but really it's just plain enthusiasm. The reason that I'm committing to doing these new long format videos, I could have just brought back the firewalls, but they're just a pain to do, and I think that format is played out in 2025. It was huge in 2013, 2014, but I just think it's done. And from what you saw with that promo I just did, I can have a lot more fun with the AI, but more importantly, I can have a lot more fun with the AI. So the reason I'm convinced that these things are going to actually get done and not just be another idea to talk about is because I love, love, love doing this AI stuff, and it gives me a chance to really lighten the tone and appeal to a new audience, but still having the substance to keep the old audience happy. All right, so let's go back to our screen capture here, and we'll start getting these shots together. Might as well go to full screen on this. Let me just check on whether or not we made any progress here. This is our guy who's doing the coding. Nope, he's still checking. Okay, fair enough. Go to Midjourney. This really will blow your mind. The number, I've generated thousands of images in Midjourney. I'll blow this up so we can. Is everybody good? Yeah? Okay. And you can hear me, right? You're having no problem hearing me with the screen sharing, so that seems to be good. Because I'm gonna disappear off of the. I'm gonna lose the chat for a little while, I think. I want to make this really, really big so you guys can see what's going on here. As big as I can, anyway. That way, I want to keep the chat up there in case something's going very, very wrong. So this is Midjourney, and what you're seeing here is I was doing. I needed a cyber warfare attack, and I animated it in a different program. But right now. Progress? No. The email on the phone does not get shared. It's PayPal. It's extremely secure. I don't ever see any of the contact info, and I don't see any of the financial institution stuff either. So, I can't promise anything other than to say that it's actually really pretty secure, and millions and millions of dollars go through PayPal every day, and so I don't want to say there's no risk. I just think the risk is low, and I've been using it for quite a long time. All right, so let's get started with our new prompts. So what we want here, and you'll see how so much of what we do is just iterate and refine. So what I'm going to start off with is style. Nice image of the world's tallest mountain. It is a fantasy view of the realm of the gods. The bottom is dark and foreboding, but the snow-capped peaks are majestic. And mythical. Behind the mountain is a halo of clouds giving It's a fantasy view of Mount Olympus, because this software is using all of the images ever done of mountains and Mount Olympus and so on. Stylized image of the world's tallest mountain. It is a fantasy view of Mount Olympus, the realm of the gods. The bottom is dark and forbidding. But the snow-capped peaks are majestic and mythical. Behind the mountain is a halo of clouds, giving the sense that it is a gateway to heaven. Okay. Marusha, I have a line for you. Marusha just wrote, just got home. I agree with Wargamer that bass sounds like it's trying too hard. As a millennial, I'm fine with truth bombs. Also, Zeus is Greek while Vulcan is Roman. So here's the script. No, that's not the script. Here's the script. Where was I? Ah, yes, the time has come once again for a new series of long-format revelations. For behold, down in the depths of his infernal workshop, mighty Vulcan has... Yes, I know it's supposed to be Hephaestus. Shut up, Karen. Mighty Vulcan has brought forth from his forces a new tool, an intricate mechanism for delivering unto you the truth. So there you go. Okay, so here's the prompt. Now, this is really the most important thing. Let me just make sure I got my my personal profile loaded. This is the most important thing here. Is this settings button, and it's the stylization. At zero, Midjourney will follow the prompt to the letter. At 1,000 of stylization, it goes completely bananas on it. Just completely bananas. And Zeus bombs is actually kind of clever. That's very tempting. That's very tempting. Video Shiro. Let me think about that. I'm not entirely sure about that. But anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start with the stylization at 1,000 because I want this to be very, very, very... did I leave something out? This is supposed to be Zeus on Olympus. I think you left out the M. On Mount Olympus. I think I got it right. So I'm going to start out, well, just to show you, I'm going to start out with a stylization of 50, which should be very realistic, and then I'll go to 1,000 because I think the higher numbers are going to be good for this image. So here it is at 50, which if you leave it at 0, it just looks just garbage. So this is Midjourney doing the minimum, which isn't bad. It's not bad. These are the first 4 renders. I'm going to change the prompt a little bit. I'm going to say stylized image of the world's tallest mountain as seen near the base. That I guess a little closer to the bottom, so we're looking up a little more. That's, I could live with this. That's not bad, the one that's up there now. Let's do it again at 50. Again, these are very little stylization. That's a little plain, but it's certainly getting the right. I think that's not very good. All right, here we go. It looks a bit like a flat Earth kind of thing. Ooh. That's not bad. I'm thinking, but I might have to add blue tones. Well, that's garbage. Change the prompt again. Fantasy view of Mount Olympus, the realm of the gods. The bottom is dark and forbidding, but the snow-capped peaks are majestic and mystical. against a deep blue sky. Because this is kind of cool, but still a little bit brown. Okay, so here's the revised prompt. Stylized image of the world's tallest mountain as seen in a low angle shot near the base. It is a fantasy view of Mount Olympus, the realm of the gods. The bottom is dark and foreboding, but the snow-capped peaks are majestic and mythical against a deep blue sky. Behind the mountain is a halo of clouds. Let's make this a circular tunnel, is what I'm looking for, of clouds, giving the sense that it is a gateway to heaven. And again, this is still at a very high kind of realism setting. I'm going to move it up and it'll give it, that's garbage. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, also Zarathustra, great idea. That's a great idea. Fiery Waco, I'm going to use that. Well, that's not what I had in mind. Okay, it's misinterpreting this tunnel of clouds. That's a little better. All right. I was going to change the prompt, but I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take the stylization slider all the way to the other side. And this allows Midjourney to just lose its mind and do whatever it wants to. So let's go ahead and generate this and see what it says. I'll reuse this prompt. I love it when the stylization's turned all the way up. At 1,000, it's almost useless because it is so Baroque and weird. But maybe on Archer Clouds. Let's see what we get. That's pretty cool. Wow. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna keep going. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna upscale that one. And then I'm gonna run it again. And this time I'm gonna take the stylization down just a little bit. Let's see what we get here. Now, one of the things that keeps consistency is if I end up using this image, I can save this image and use it as a visual reference for the close-up shots as a background. So let's see what we get next. These are all from, that's pretty cool too, I have to say, but the mountain's a little strange. Okay, here comes, that's the up-res. Let's look at the new ones. The tunnel of clouds is very cool on this one. I'm not really low enough, but I really do like that kind of effect. And that's kind of wild too. All right, so let me refine this. Let me refine this. I'm gonna add to the fact that I want it lower. The camera is at ground level, looking up. Sometimes you just have to really spoon feed this thing. Behind the mountain is a circular tunnel of clouds, giving a sense that it is a gateway to heaven. The sun is hidden just behind the peak of the mountain, and God rays extend outward. All of pulling the eye toward the top of the mountain. Now, let's see what we get out of this. I could go higher with the stylization too, but let's see what we get out of this. See, this is what drives me nuts about this, is that I just specifically said the sun behind the mountain. Oh! I don't know, folks. That might be a winner. That really might be a winner. That's fabulous. But that flare has to be right behind the peak, or else it doesn't make sense. It's very close. So let me make another adjustment. The sun is hidden just behind the highest peak of the mountain, and God rays extend outward, pulling. This one is perfectly usable. In fact, one of the things we're going to do now is when you get something like that you really like, which was this one, you have the option to vary it subtle and vary it strong. So I'm going to do both. So what it's going to do is it's basically going to take this image and it's going to do variations on it. It'll do 4 variations that are subtle variation, and I'm going to do another 4 that are going to be stronger variation, because I really like this a lot. So let's see what those variations look like before we come in and do some more. That's not at the highest peak. That's a new variation. Don't like that one as much. I like that one better. Oh, that's a tough call. I think that mountain looks a little more realistic up near the top. So these are the subtle variations. And now you have to kind of just sort of feel it. Let's have a look at the strong variations, which will change them around a little more. See, that's the sun's in the wrong place. That's kind of impressive too. The lighting on the clouds is tremendous. It's got the sun above there, so that's no use. That's no use. Let me go ahead and how do I hide these things? It's almost impossible to keep track of these actions here. Okay, so I don't think I need, well, let me do one more. Let's do the same prompt with the aesthetics turned up to 1,000. But we've definitely got something useful here. So here, the next 4 are going to be even more stylized, and I'm not going to go much further on this because I'm tempted to just spend all day with this, but I've got stuff I really, really like. So let's see what the stylization at 1,000 look like. Oh, dude. That light burst is not quite in the right spot, but I like the clouds on that one, but again, nope. I actually think I like the early ones better. That's definitely a contender. So I'll up-res that. Nope, nope, nope. No, I don't like that mountain. And I think that's the other one. That's a contender. So upscale those. All right, so let's have a look at the ones that we've upscaled, and we'll pick the one that we like the best out of that. I'll make a new folder here, and we'll call this Zeus. Okay, so where's that first one that I upscaled? It's that one. I should be able to view just the upscaled ones here. Upscales. So these three, either that one, I don't know, it looks a lot of times when it does the upscale, it looks kind of weird. It kind of cranks them. A lot of times I animate without the upscaling because it adds these kind of spidery web. That's definitely not going to do it. I think our winner is that one. So I want to go back and find the original version of that without the upscaling because it's, yeah, we'll try it. Okay, so let's animate this. I'm going to go back to the lower res version because it just, I don't know, it just adds all these weird artifacts. That's awfully good, man. I wish, you know, and the strangest thing about this is you can't just delete these images, and you can't bulk delete them. I'm going with this one. I think that it's got just, I don't know, it just looks most like a palace to me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to download this image, put it in Zeus. If you're just tuning in, we're doing some AI video work for our new Truth Bomb series, and as you can tell, this is a kind of a fundraiser. We're in a bit of an emergency situation. We're in a very serious emergency situation, actually, not a bit of one. And if you see that link up above, if you can make a one-time donation, this is not for our members. They've been just extraordinary. But in any event, any help you could give us would really make a, you know, would do a lot. Well, this, Rusha says, makes a lot of sense in context of return visitors. Might want to do an intro for people hearing you for the first time. Yes, this is not the Truth Bomb thing. I'm going for the low-hanging fruit first. I might make some changes to it later. The nice thing is, once I have the still images, I can just record another video using my iCam, my webcam, and it just drives the images. So I'm going to just let this know that this is Mount Olympus wide. Now I'm going to take this to a different piece of software to do the animation in. I found that either Runway or VO3 is really good with the prompts. So we'll start a new session. And what we want to do is make a video from a prompt. Okay, so no. I think I actually want to go to VO here. Let me try VO. The cool thing about VO is that VO makes an attempt to do its own sound effects. Most of the time it's no good, but things like footsteps are great and waves are great, so we'll see what it does. Let's start a new project. Huh? Okay, so what we want to do is we want to do frames to video. So we have to load our first frame. Come on, come on. Which will be on the desktop in the Zeus folder on Olympus Wide. Yep. And it looks cropped about right. Okay, type in the prompt box to start. So what we want is slow and graceful dolly forward and crane up toward the peak of the mountain. Let me have a look at that image so I can give it some more specific things here. Come on. Toward the peak of the mountain. Animate the clouds slowly moving around the tunnel as if in the eye of a hurricane. Also animate the golden rays coming from the top of the mountain. This would be a good time for me to run to the bathroom while you watch the progress bars. I spend most of my life watching progress bars. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we've got here. Put my earpiece back in. Okay, let's have a look at them one at a time here. Awesome. Not really going high enough on that one though. Let's see the second one. Clouds are moving a little faster than I would like there. I like the animation of the God rays there. These are great. Okay, the problem is we're not getting close enough to the mountain. So I'm going to reuse the prompt, but that's just great though. I'm going to get rid of slow and graceful dolly forward. I'm just going to go dolly forward and crane up towards the peak of the mountain. All the rest of it looks great. I think it was just, since I was moving slowly, I wasn't able to get very close to the top. Okay, while that's cooking, close these, and I can close that. And I don't need that yet, I will. Now what I can do is, it's time for me to start working on the Zeus thing. So it's a new prompt, and I'm going to use this image as a photo reference. This time I want, I'm going to put in photoreal image of the man with a flowing white beard. I'm going to add some muscles, which is a lot easier than going to the gym. He is tall, powerfully built. Come on, Bill. And muscular. Come on, Billy, you can do it. He is wearing a spotless white Greek tunic with gold trim. Behind him is flowing white beard. So the way that this usually works is the first part of the prompt is the one it takes most seriously. So if you're having problems getting what you want, it's usually because you weren't clear at the beginning. So photorealistic image of the man with the flowing right beard standing at a small plateau on the top of a very tall skeleton. He's tall, powerfully built, and muscular. He's wearing a spotless white Greek tunic with gold trim. Behind him is a small 4-column Greek temple. Now, here's where it gets to be interesting. I have this photo here as my reference photo. So if I put this over here, and if I put it in omni-reference, it's going to try and lock that image in. It's going to do its very best to conform to that image and try and add the beard to my face. I'm going to add something here before I forget. Medium shot, 80mm lens. This one's going to take a while to get right. And I'm going to add some other things to help Midjourney out. It's already got the mountaintop. I'm here. It already has the mountaintop, but I can get like a picture of Zeus and use it as a reference. And what I really want is the kind of tunic, you know? Yeah, it's not very good. That's a little too stylized for me. I'm concerned that if I put these things in place, it's... here we go. Let's give it this and see. It's probably going to... That image is probably going to freak it out. What I have to do real quick is I have to get rid of this little thing because it always ends up seeing these kinds of things and just screws it up. So remove orange elements. Drop to Zeus is right. But the tunic is great. The musculature is great. It's going to give it kind of a cartoony look. It did take out that stuff, so let me just combine these images. And if I save that, it's going to save it as a WebP. I don't want to do that. Save it as Zeus JPEG. Just hide this. Where'd he go? Here he is. I'll put him someplace where I can find him. You can go away, move to trash. You can come up here. I can find you. Hide Photoshop. And let's go back to Midjourney and see how that's doing. Before we do that, let's have a look at our latest animations. It should be cooked by now. Let's see how these things look. It's even slower. And it just added those clouds for no reason, so that's out. That's faster. I think that's my favorite so far. That's faster too. And then it adds those clouds for no reason. Let's do this one more time. I took out the slow, now I'm going to add fast. So we're going to, same prompt, same image, and this time it's going to be fast. Camera dolly forward and crane up towards the peak of the mountain. So this should hopefully get us closer. All right, back to the to the Midjourney Zeus thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to give it two references. I'm going to give it the Zeus image to give it an idea of the tunic, and I'm especially going to give it the background reference because I want the background to match. Now in this case, I'm going to take the stylization way down because I want it to behave like the prompt. This is probably going to be nearly useless, but this is how we do the process. So let's dial it in. You can see up here, right up here, it's rendering these images. I can already tell he's out of center of the frame, which I'm probably going to want to change, but maybe not. One thing I learned from doing this stuff before is that for this to work when I start talking, the face has to be pretty much face on. Because if it's a side angle, it has a real hard time reading my face and it starts making assumptions, and so I'm probably going to have to change it prompt. All right, let's see what our first batch looks like here. Well, it does look like me a little bit. I need him on the top of the mountain, though. I can see a resemblance there. Okay, so it's not putting me on the top of the mountain. I love it though. I just love doing this. I just love it. So what the problem is, I think, is that the reference photo that I'm showing it is this one. Right? This is what I'm giving it for reference, and it's so it's putting the mountain in the background and the sky in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something. I'm going to take this into Photoshop, and I'm going to use this as a reference. Call this Olympus Sky. And see, I've taken the mountain out there, so hopefully this will do it. So let's try it again, and I'll also give it, it's got a lot of latitude. I can make it conform more closely to the prompt, and that'll probably help. But just for giggles, let's see what we get out of this. So I'm going to reuse the prompt again, because the medium shot is actually pretty good. The Zeusification is pretty cool. So this one gets locked into Omni reference. This is the one. No, I can change this. I want this to be I want it to conform very closely to the face, is what I just did there. We'll put the toga reference in here, and this time we'll put in the just the mountaintop stuff and see if it'll get rid of the mountains that way. How's that look? We'll try it. Oh, I need to add something. And that is, he is facing directly toward the camera. Okay. Let's see what we get. Let's go back and see how our animations are doing here. See if these got any faster. It's adding that cloud I don't like. That's not bad. It's still not going nearly as fast as I wanted, but that's probably the best one so far. But the cloud hoop isn't, the cloud ring's not really doing what I wanted it to do on this one. See how these foreground clouds aren't moving? Did they work in the previous version? No, they didn't. That one did. So I kind of want to, I kind of want a combination of these two things. Let's try the last prompt again. And I'm going to animate all the clouds moving slowly around the tunnel, as if in the eye of a hurricane. Fast camera dolly forward and crane up towards the peak of the mountain. We want to be close to the summit by the end of the shot. Animate all of the clouds moving, and everything else is the same. Let's try that. Meanwhile, let's see what our new set is. Well, I look demented there. That actually looks quite a bit like me. All right, so let's try this. On this one, what I need to do is photoreal, low angle, image of a man with a flowing beard, top of a mountain. No ground is visible behind him. Only swirling clouds in the sky. So a lot of times you just have to take away the things that it's doing. It's facing directly towards the camera. He needs to be looking, facing and looking towards the camera and looking directly. This is usable into the lens. Let me show you one thing I can do. I'm going to start this off, but there's a feature called editing, and I'm just going to try it. So what I can do with the editor here is I can basically say all of this stuff goes. And all of this stuff goes. Because this is pretty good. Make this a little smaller. Because I really do like this image a lot. And then I'm just going to tell it, replace with clouds only. And it should get rid of all of this stuff that looks like it's on the ground. Because this is a great image. I can use this image. So let's go ahead and submit that edit and see if that does it. I say replace with clouds only, and it gives me like city lights. I just don't know why. That's a little better. Let me modify the do not show any ground features of any kind and do not add elements. Well, I don't really like those circles, but you know, again, that's just not very realistic looking. I really do like this image, however. Okay. I'll come back to this. I get the feeling I'm going to come back to this. Let's see what the new ones look like. So we saw that, saw that, saw that, saw that. Nope. Look like Australopithecus there. Nope. Nope. Yes, like that. Huh. Nope. Nope. Did I? Oh, I didn't load the reference images. No wonder it looks so different. Let's try that again. That's why it went wild. I didn't load the reference images. So let's lock the base in. Give him that. I get the feeling I'm going to come back to this image because I really do like it. And I'm not going to put the clouds in the background this time. I got a good feeling I'm going to go back and I may have to edit it in Photoshop. And I also probably need to tighten up the stylization. You know what else I need to do? I need to put like God rays behind the head. So these are junk. Oh my God. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I've got one image I know I can use. So let's try this. We're giving it too much rope to hang itself with. Same text. Dual facial reference. This will go in there, but this time we're going to tell it to behave itself. This is a great idea, however, I do have to say. The shot's a little too tight. This will work well for the close-up. I'm going to probably, if I get a usable close-up, I'll probably just keep that and back it up a little bit. Okay, let's see the new ones. That's just way too much like me and too cartoony looking. See, now I haven't given it enough rope. It's too literal here. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I like the other one much better. Okay, let's just keep the same props, same reference images, give it a little more stylization room. There's a happy medium in here somewhere. I have my new driver's license photo. Says Dave's Real Area 51. It's going to be tough to beat that other image, man. It's not terrible, but it doesn't. The plateau looks too wide. You know. Oh, good lord. Nope. It's not bad, but that's a possibility, I think. But let me go a little wider here. I know I've got one image I can use, and if it doesn't work, if none of the new ones work, then I can at least go to that one. I'll go to it in Photoshop and, you know, reuse the prompt. Gave it a little more stylization. It really needs to be kind of stylized. I'll back to our animation, see how that's working. Again, I'd like to see those background, those clouds, you know. That's not doing any of the clouds. No, thank you. That might be it. I think that's a serious contender. Yeah, you know, it's like I said, um, um, it's it's sometimes you stay here forever and not get a significant improvement. I got to think that's probably as good as we're going to get. Let's download this, and we'll upscale it. We'll go back, and it's got good sound effects too. All right, let's see what our next set is. Nope, 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 nope. One more try here, and then I'm going to go back and fix the other image. And this time I'm not going to put the toga reference in there. That'll give Midjourney more freedom. One of the reasons that this image looks so cartoony is because of this image is very stylized. So let's just see what happens with just the prompt. We'll stylize this. We'll turn this up some more. May not work. We'll see. I've got something I can work with, and I don't really need a close up and a mid. I think I can be okay. Thanks, Marusha. Let me see what I've got going here first. And doing the composite images might be tough. What I'll probably do is take it into Photoshop, and Photoshop is pretty good at removing backgrounds. I could put a halo around myself that way, and that'll animate as well. Oh, I forgot to put the that like bright light behind me. It doesn't really need to be behind me, I guess. Now, one of the things that's causing problems, it's causing me problems in the past, is that this reference image of myself is a black and white picture. So sometimes it decides it wants to make the whole image black and white. Oh my God. That's terrifying. That's also terrifying. What? Okay, so it didn't, so it really did need that Zeus. Let's just go for it. Try one more time. That's not entirely awful. In fact, I like the background on that. I'm going to vary this one, and it'll give me 4 more versions of it. Because not in love with the face, but the clouds in the background looking down on a temple is good. I can live with all of that. This actually is not bad. Homeless Bill, yeah. I guess that's the problem. Maybe I need to put in neatly trimmed beard, you know. No, that's too much. That's way too much. Those are the variations, none of which really look like me. Yeah, that's way too cartoony. So let's do this. Let's take this prompt because this is a good result. Let's put this image back in there with a neatly trimmed flowing white beard. Everything else should be the same. Let's take this down to about here. Also, this is a close-up, and that other image I liked was a mid-shot. This image. But the beards won't match. I'm going to save this. What happened? Huh. I didn't put the Zeus tunic image in there. Good Lord. Well, that's kind of hipster Zeus. All right, let's do this. This time we're going to use this. We're going to lock in the face there. And we're going to take this image and use this as a reference. Yeah, this is kind of like Metro Zeus, you know, metrosexual Zeus. Okay, let's go back and get our image here. Upscaled it to 1080. We download this. Going to put this in our folder. And this is an MP4 instead of the still. Nice thing about keeping the stills is I can always go back and redo them. So this will be Mount Olympus open, and it should look like this. See, it adds those artifacts. I just don't like it. I just don't like what it does to the mountain. It just makes it look unnatural. So screw you. Go away. Move to trash. Was it this one? Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Yeah, I think that's the one. It's a tough call between these two. I'll take this one. What I can do is I put it into Premiere and add a sharpening filter in it, and it works much better. So this is Mount Olympus. Fly up. And I can probably slow that down a little bit without losing too much. Back to this. Yeah. Interesting if the eyes weren't so weird. Oh. I think that's awfully good. I'm going to do another minor thing here. He's facing directly towards the camera. I'm going to add his face is fully lit by the sun because you can't see the other eye, and he is looking directly into the lens. Okay. Let's try it. Good. You know, it's funny. Let me try something else here. We'll have a look at these new ones. What I need is I need more of a wide difference between the wide and the close. I might be able to do that in the local editor too. Let's see what we get. Chunky Zeus. That's bizarre. Nope. Nope. I'm just going to run it one more time, and then I'm going to let me vary this. Usually when you vary it, no, come on. When you vary it, the face doesn't really work very well, but sometimes it does. This is a really good shot. So let me vary it subtle and see if it gives me something that's face is a little bit better illuminated. Yeah. It's not terrible. Will that shot cut with this shot? It will if I flip it so that the light's on the other side. I'm going to try one more time, or I keep saying one more time. Obviously, I'm going to take out neatly trimmed so it'll match the other one. Ground is behind us, directly towards the camera, looking directly into the lens. His face is, yeah. Let's try this, this, this. Take the stylization. Let's try taking it up. We'll take it down. See, this is, it's magic. It's just sometimes occasionally tedious magic. And people we have watching now, is there anybody watching? 44. Let's see what we got. Just waiting for the other ones to up-res. Okay, too stylized. Exciting, huh? But this is where you separate the men from the boys, you know, is getting it right. What I'm going to do while I'm waiting is I'm going to take this shot, which I like a lot. Go back to the source on that and see if I can edit something. Okay, that's a shot I like. So let me try to edit something. I can also edit the movement and resize. Yeah. See, I need more of a medium shot, right? So what I can do with this is position this like here. And then see if it'll draw in the rest of the stuff to give me, you know, less of a close-up. Come on. What the devil are you doing? Nobody knows. Because that is a great image. You swine. I don't know. There's just no way to explain these things sometimes. Well, let's try to Photoshop. By 1080. New one. Come back to you. Copy. Good. Photoshop's got this generative tool that can be pretty handy sometimes. So what we want to do is we want to give it a lot to sample. Actually, let's do it this way. The hard part is going to be drawing the hands. I don't know if it's going to be able to do the hands or not. It's not awful. That is. The problem is the hands are just kind of weird. I can try it. I just think they're going to animate very strangely, those hands. This is so frustrating sometimes. Let's see what we got back here. You know what? I can live with that. They're not exactly the same, but they'll do. Otherwise, I'm going to be here forever. Damn it. It's so close. I just try one more time. I think what I probably need to do is do one more iteration, and this time make it a much closer close-up, because I need more difference between the wide shot and the mid shot and the close-up rather. Vary it just in case you get lucky there. I don't know. I think that's probably, good enough. The hair's a little different, but let's try it close up. It'll get a lot more fun in a minute, believe me. Once we get these things done, let's make this this. Hang on. Well, we haven't had great luck on the PayPal thing. We've raised $264. That is a long, long, long way from what I'm going to need to keep this business going. So I have no idea what I'm going to do now. Yeah, that's just. Been going to the website and it says it's been deprecated. Well, so if you hit this link, you can't do the donation, right? This will really, really make me very, very angry. Oh, for the love of God. I've been here for 6 hours doing this, and the link is. Honestly, honestly, I honestly, this has taken everything I got to hold this together. Honestly, I am, I am absolutely, absolutely, absolutely out of strength. I, honest to God, am absolutely at the end of my rope. I'm at the end of my rope. I wonder how many people have gone there, and not even the bloody PayPal thing is working now. Honest to God, honest to God, I just, I just. So there's no way to know how many people tried to make a donation at the website, and not even the PayPal thing is working. There's just no way to know how much money I lost today. I've been doing this for yeah, but you gotta. It's back to normal now because I just sent the guy a message, but I've been doing this since 12, and I put it up on Facebook. So for 3 hours, I've been getting. Thank you, Phil. For 3 hours now, I just want to go home and go to bed. Honestly, I just want to go sleep until they come and pick me up, take me away. Thank you, Progress. Hang on 1 second, please. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Well, It's not. Progress, can you fix this? Um, well, I'm going to have to do it again tomorrow. Um, yeah, I'm looking. I'm not going to be around in a year or two, Samuel. That's, I'm not being melodramatic. I'm just telling you the story, just telling you the truth. Yeah, Daily Wire. I'm sure the people that did this for Daily Wire can put this all together for $20,000. Now I cannot use anything other than Recurly. All of our members, existing members, are on Recurly. I just don't know. I do not know what to do. I just. I am. We are out of money, and I've had to deal with this particular guy for 3 months now. 3 months I've been working with this guy on this. I worked on different programmers before this. Um, you know, the, the the first cut I did for the Mike Rowe show was in May. Um, no, the beatings will continue until morale improves, I suppose. Um, I'm going to have to do this again tomorrow. And I'll have more. I, I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to get from here to there in the time it takes for me to get to. I mean, well, I've always been honest with you guys, and obviously, I talked about having rough times and stuff. But really, the honest truth is, I'm going to have to decide tonight whether I have to sell my car or lose the studio. That's the decision I'm going to have to make tonight. So, I want to strangle this guy. I just want to strangle him. There's no time to move the business model. There's no time to move to another bank. This before I started this today, I was told everything was working. I've been told everything's been working for months now. So, I have. I have so much editing to do. Um, yeah, maybe I can take a payday loan. Okay. I'm going to use this image. Here's what I'm going to do. Um, I'm going to have to do this again tomorrow. I'm going to do. I have to, so here's the plan. Um, Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I have to be 6 a.m. Pacific. I have to be in the chair at 6 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. Um, uh, I'm going to ask Stephen Scott if they mind if we uh, live stream that. I don't think they'll have a problem with that. So I'm going to have to do it again tomorrow. Um, the problem with physical checks, Andy, is that they won't get here in time. Um, so the idea that the PayPal thing, which has always worked, could be screwed up by this guy is beyond beyond my imagination. This was really my last resort. So here's what I think I'm going to do. Um, I don't see much point in going on with this right now. Um, Zelle and Venmo, yeah, I've got Zelle and Venmo, but I've been here, for 3.5, 4 hours. So I think what I'm going to do now is I think the thing for me to do now is to close. I'll put a Zelle link up there. Let me. I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just. I'm certainly not in any condition to continue this uh, this stream right now. So I think what I'll do is I think I'll shut it down for now. Um, I'll um, I'll put a message up on Facebook saying we're going to restart it tomorrow morning at 6. And then I'll turn back on at 6 o'clock for the Stratosphere Lounge, and then I'll just get cracking on the rest of the editing and that's not a WordPress problem. It's the guy dicking around with it, trying to get the membership thing fixed. I've been working with this guy for 3 months. 3 months I've been working on this, and I am never, ever, 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 ever going overseas again for this. Never. And the whole time he's shown me videos of it working. He's had it working intermittently. It's not like I was getting nothing the whole time. Just was kind of working. Now we got to move this. Now it's not working again. He's going to move this. It's not working again. He's going to try and fix the whatchamacallit. That's not working again. This was, a real Hail Mary kind of a thing today, and I, yeah, what was it called? Let's see if I can find this. Hang on a minute. Just so you know what this is doing. Hang on a second. Let me just check something. Hang on, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So a couple days ago, there's this thing technically. Yeah. A couple days ago, I woke up and I went into, you know, walked around and went back into the bedroom, talked to Natasha, told her that my lips really hurt, that had been like punched in the face, and that my teeth hurt, and just like I got beaten up at night. Um, and she checked Chat GPT, and apparently it's something called bruxism, where you are just basically, just grinding your teeth and clenching your jaws all night. So, um, this guy, this guy is he's just killing me. He's not just embarrassing me. He's 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 destroying what's left of my reputation. The worst produced show on the internet used to be a joke, and I'm not trying to hit the pity wagon here, but the fact of the matter is, it seems like I come in every single day trying to get these problems solved, and it just won't. It's not just the website thing. It's just like, can we get any of this stuff moving? And comes a point when it's just like, I just want to just crawl away, but I don't have that option. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to close this down now. I'm going to calm down a little bit. I'm going to and the worst of it is, I've got stuff like this, truth bombs, and I've got I've got 7 episodes of story mechanics that I haven't shown on Bill Whittle channel yet. Um, I've got all this stuff that's actually working. It's not like the wing has come off the plane. It's just like the engines are flamed out, and I can't get them started again. It's just, God Almighty. So, I'll probably do a short stress for lunch tonight. I've got a ton of editing that I was going to get to, and that I need to get to, and that my energy for is at just zero now, just zero. So I'm just I just have to man up and push through it. That's all there is to it. So, I'm gonna just thank you. John says it's a George Bailey moment. Um, no, we can hope we have the same ending. All right, so let me do this. I'm gonna cancel the stream now. I'm gonna be back at 6 o'clock for the regular Stratosphere Lounge. I'm gonna start tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and I'm just gonna keep going because I have to. Um, you know, that's all I can do. So, all right. Well, thanks very much for being here with us, and I appreciate all the feedbacks and all the comments and stuff. And I'll see you guys in 2.5 hours for the Stratosphere Lounge. And if I had a nuclear weapon now, I'd use it. I really, really do. All right.